Hi everybody, it's Tuesday tip time. So I've got a cushion front now with piping on, and today I'm going to show you how to create a cushion back and put a normal zip on. Next week on the Tuesday tip we'll put an invisible zip on and finish off the cushion, but I want to show you two methods. To put a normal zip on, you're going to need a normal foot or a zigzag foot and your zipper foot. Zipper foots can look different for different machines, so I found a few other ones. So this is the one for this machine. The ones for my school machines look like this. Another zipper foot for another random machine I have looks like this, and another machine I have looks like this. So they normally have this metal part protruding, and you can normally get in close. It's normally quite thin, so you can get in close one side or the other. When you create the back, when you cut the back of the cushion, you're going to cut one piece, and it's going to be the same width as your cushion, but it's going to be longer. Okay, so the side that we're going to put the zip across is going to be longer. And then once you've cut it, so I normally make it 3 inches longer. You can make it a bit longer than that. 3 inches is a good length, and then I cut a slice across it, and that's where I'm going to put my zip. And the first thing I do once I've cut my slice is I iron down about 3/4 of an inch either side of the slice, okay, where the zip is going to be. So I've got my ironed sides on both of the areas where the zip is going to go, okay. Now let's have a look at the zip. The zip is a normal zip, which means that it's got the teeth on the same side as the pull, okay. An invisible zip would have the teeth on the other side of the pull, so you couldn't see them, okay. My cushion is 18 inches across, so this way it's 18 inches, so I want to put my zip across this bit. Normally I'd say to you to get a zip that's about 2 inches shorter or 5 centimeters shorter than that. So I would normally use a 16-inch zip, but today I can't find a 16-inch zip, but I've got a 22-inch one, so that's no problem. I can use a longer zip and just cut it shorter, okay. So I'm going to cut it shorter at the end, and I'm not going to worry about it right this second, okay. So the first part of this is to make an envelope or make a pillar box opening. So I'm actually going to join the two ends, so one end here I'm going to join to create an opening, and then the other end as well to create that middle opening. So to do that, I'm going to open up the folds and place the folds on. So I've got the fold on the shorter bit, the smaller bit. So I'm putting the folds on top of each other. When I say that, am I? Yep. And I'm just going to sew it with a normal stitch. I'm going to sew an inch in, and then I'm going to go back. I want it to be nice, it's a little bit more than an inch, but there you go. And then I'm going to do that on the other side as well. So I'm going to make sure my two folds are together, flip them up, and then I'm going to put these in. Oops. So what that leaves me with is my little opening, okay, so it should be nice and flat. There we go, so there's my opening. And it's into there I'm going to put my zip, so my zip will go underneath here. So my zip is going to fit in there just like this, okay. So my aim now is to sew the zip in just like this. So I'm actually going to top stitch the zip in, so it's very, very simple now. Now in terms of how to hold the zip in place while you do your top stitching around, there are a few methods. Definitely the best method is tacking, but if you're in a hurry, well, even if you're in a hurry and you want it done well, tacking is definitely the best. Another way to do it is to use something like this, which is called Wonder Tape, and it's double-sided sticky tape, but it disappears when you wash it. I use it quite a lot. The fact it disappears when you wash it, you know, is really useful. It still can make your needle quite sticky. So as long as you're prepared to clean your needle afterwards, that one's fine. Today, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pin it because you might not have those things, and it might be useful for you just to see how to pin it. So, move this along here. So I'm just going to make sure that the pull is in the opening. Okay. And I'm going to start to pin down here. Now, as long as my stitching is, my ends, I've kept my ends nice and close. I can see one end isn't perfect, but then this should fit in pretty well. Okay, and I'm just putting the edge, my folded edge here, I'm just putting my folded edge up quite close, maybe a millimetre or so away from the edge of the teeth. And then again here. Okay. And then I'm going to pin down this side as well. Okay. If I sew on the line that the pins are on, then I will be sewing over the tape. There is always the worry that you're going to miss the zipper tape on the other side. It's not a major life worry, but it is a bit of a pain if you miss it. So if you, normally I would say always pin upwards, but this is a place where pinning it across the way will just give you a line to aim for when you sew. Okay, get down to the end here. Now when you get to the endy bits, you might have to avoid the zip pull, so we'll have a go. And then just at the end here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pin across so that those two zipper tapes that tend to splay out, they stay together. Pin across here. Okay. I'll probably put a pin down this end just to hold this one in place. You can see the zipper is way too long. Okay, so now, name of the game is to sew this. So let's change to a zipper foot, and I'll show you why you want a zipper foot. So I'm going to start, where am I going to start? I'm going to start here. Now, my zipper foot has a little hole in the middle if I wanted to sew in the middle, but I actually want to sew to one side. So normally on your machine you would be able to, you would have a width adjustment, and I could actually adjust my, adjust over to the side, can you see, using my width, but I also have a little go there quickly button. So, okay, so I'm just going to pop that down to the pin out. I'm starting away from the zipper pull just because I want to have a good start, and then I'll come back and fix that one. Okay, right, off we go. So I'm aiming for, to keep this line, I can see my line of pins. I can actually feel the zipper pull underneath. I'm using a light grey thread on this. This is some of the sparkly Essex linen that I love. get to the end, I'm going to just twizzle round across the end of the zip. It's a nylon zip, so it's not going to cause any problems. So I just need to give it a help across. Okay, and then I'm going to come back down the other side. I'm a little bit far out. I'm going to go back one. Okay, so again, I'm just going to come back now, take this out. So I'm getting down close to the zipper pull now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move the needle up a little bit, still in, and then I'm going to push this up. Now I may be able to get it past with just one. Yeah, I can. Okay. But often machines will go up and then up again. Mine will stay up, but you can just hold it. You sort of need 3 arms for that, but it is possible. Okay, so now I'm just going to go down to the end. And I am then going to go across. The only reason I've stopped it is I just wanted to see how this was going to fit. It looked like it wasn't going to fit, but it is going to fit fine. Okay. And then I'm going to go back. Do a little lock stitch there. Okay, so that's it done. So that's it all stitched in, if you can see that. And then the zipper tapes at the ends can just be cut off with a pair of non-fabric scissors. Okay. You can cut the ends off at, oops, let's show you, cut the ends off at this end too. Okay, and there you go, zipper in, all beautifully done. So next week it's going to be an invisible zipper.